January 1996, a small city in Brazil. Three girls walking home spot a creature crouched in the rain. Brown, oily skin, red eyes, and a head too large for its body. By dawn, the military arrives. Roads close, trucks roll out covered in tarps, and before the week is over, there are whispers of dead soldiers, secret autopsies, and a cover-up that locals still call Brazil's Roswell. It's the Varginha Alien Incident. Will you believe? Let's get into it. Welcome to another episode of Mostly True Alien Stories.
UFO sightings. Many Americans have wondered about the dangers of unknown objects.
Scientists in Mexico pulling back the curtain. We need to save ourselves.
Welcome back to Mostly True Alien Stories, where we take one true reported alien encounter, we break it down and decide whether it's mostly true or not. I'm Neal Girandola, and with me, it's the guy who'd probably try to interview an alien before calling for backup, Andrew Triana. Hi, Andrew.
How did you find that out? Is that on the dark web?
Everybody's talking about you. Yeah,
Wow.
we know.
That's
we know.
awful.
Yeah.
That's awful. I don't like the whole gossip thing. I mean, yes, I did interview an alien, and yes, I did call it in, and yes, they were taken away. It's unfortunate, but, you know, it happens. It's par for the course.
It is part of the course. But you know, today, Andrew, we're headed to Varginha, Brazil. A story that starts with three teenage girls, spirals into a full-blown military operation, and ends with an alleged alien body that no one's been able to find. This one's not a rumor. It's an entire city's legend. And nearly 30 years later, it's still unsolved. But before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so we can reach more aliens. And, you know, speaking of subscribes, I'm proud to announce that on our YouTube channel, we're now over 1,600 subscribers. Our TikTok channel has reached about 12,000 followers. Our Instagram is up to 7,000. I remember 7 months ago when we first started doing this, it was just me and you following each other. There's two of us.
Well, actually, I didn't start following until it must have been somebody else.
I had to make you follow a month ago.
I had to follow us.
It was just me following us. You know what else is working? Our short videos that we put out. We just keep putting out those 3i Atlas videos are over almost 1 million views on those. It's just people love it. They're talking about it like crazy. You know right now 3i Atlas is rounding the sun, so it's in the perihelion stage, so to speak. So, and what's interesting is it's about to break through the sun glare, and as soon as it gets through the sun's glare and into the dark skies, then we're going to be able to start snapping pictures from that time all the way to December 19th when it's the closest to Earth, which is going to be very cool. But they did get some pictures of it because it's as closest to the sun as it can be right now, and they got some images of it. It is turning extremely blue, like glow blue, that they, obviously have never seen this kind of thing before. But it also might be an indication. I mean, they're going to learn a lot from that and the chemistry, but it's also an indication. People are obviously saying, oh, it's a spaceship. It's got its heat shields. It activated its heat shields, and it's, that's why it's turning blue. But it actually could possibly not survive the sun. It could just break up as it rounds the sun.
Now, let me just go back on that theory of the heat
spaceship.
shield. Right,
the
spaceship.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if it is a spaceship, why would they? Is it a testing thing that they're doing? Hey guys, we got to test our heat shields. Let's get really close to the sun to do that. Let's not forget about the gravity pull from the sun. That's not going to pull us in because we're going super fast.
Yeah,
we're just going to see if those shields are going to last. Come on.
I don't know enough about the science or the astronomy, the science of astronomy or the science of space kind of stuff like that. But what I do love about this is it is almost oversaturated 3i Atlas.
Oh, it's
talk
so much
everywhere you go.
It's
The
too much.
theories, all of the conspiracies about this thing. It's just a comment, right? But there are many people that just like, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's prepare yourselves. They truly believe.
Oh, yeah. Well, October 29th is when we were supposed to be invaded. It's the 31st. They're 2 days late. But you know what? I bet they're late because the government shut down. They're probably waiting for the government to come back. And then they'll be like, now we're going to get them.
We did a post update on 3i Atlas for the 29th. And immediately hundreds and thousands of comments. Where are the photos? Want to see the photos. And it was only it's only the 29th. What was misunderstood was that the 29th is when it's closest to the sun, as I mentioned. It's a big day for Three Eye Atlas because it's almost like it's the beginning of the end for it, because it is
Right.
closest to the sun. It's about to pop through. We're going to start getting pictures like by mid-November, really good ones, and then even better by December 19th.
Well,
But it's so funny how mad people get because they're just like, well, where's the next update? We want to see the photos. Well, it's
right.
the 30th.
People are mad over that, but you know who's madder over all of this?
Who's that?
The Two Eye Atlas.
Oh, God.
Completely forgotten about.
Yeah. Amuamua.
Like they never even existed.
Amuamua was like, what the fuck? Nobody made that big a deal about me.
I got a call yesterday from Two Eye Atlas, just ranting, just so upset, like just screaming at me. And I'm like, why are you yelling at me?
Yeah.
And they're really mad at you for doing all those videos on 3i.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave them your number. I told them,
did
where
you
live.
explain that we didn't have our podcast when
Two Eye Atlas came through? They don't care. That doesn't matter. They said that we should have known. So yeah, Two Eye Atlas is really, they're going to call you tomorrow, I think.
You know what else is cool is I saw a report. I think you'll find this interesting. From 1949 to 1957, there were studies done of that time. Now, I'm not saying it was done during that time. It was just recently studies were made that affirm that something or someone could have been watching us from outer space. And let me explain. Yeah, let me explain the study.
Explain actually, that, because that sounds like Roswell, right? It's about the same time as Roswell, 47 to 62, right?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't.
49 to 57. Come on, let's put it together. Let's put it together.
That's why you're on the show. Okay,
and think about Serpo and all that stuff. So yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. All right. Well, this is very interesting. So, according to a new study, I'm going to read it. Something was observing nuclear tests from space before the satellite era. So the satellite era was 57.
Right.
And an international team of scientists led by astrophysicist Beatrice Villarreal of the Nordic Institute for Theoretical Physics published a discovery in the scientific reports. And their study was they analyzed more than 100,000 astronomical photographs that were taken. So photographs taken between 1949 and 1957. And they identified a series of anomalous flashes of light known as transients. Now, these points of light appeared to suddenly appear, rotate, and then disappear. And now the study revealed that the frequency of these phenomena increased by 45% during the days surrounding the first atmospheric nuclear detonation. The flashes displayed a highly reflective mirror-like glow, and some displayed apparent rotation. So most notably, all the images analyzed, as I mentioned, predate 1957. It's the year that we placed the first satellite into orbit. So the team ruled out natural causes. This is the best is this line. They ruled out natural causes and optical failures, and they noted that if the recordings are authentic, the objects would have to be non-human artificial structures. And now there was an image that accompanied this, and they showed the comparison of that, star constellation area. And it definitely is, you see a notable difference in what we were seeing during that time.
And you said this was from what, 1947 until?
That was the time that they were, so they did the study. It was just recently, and they looked at those astronomical images.
Okay, and when was Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
Why? What do you think?
Before 1947.
Well, why do you? What? Yeah. So what is it?
So then, what were they watching? Nuclear? There's no nuclear activity happening in 1947. It was all done by then.
Well, I don't know. You want to call them? You could ask them.
Yeah,
You're mad at them?
What are they watching?
Well, that's the question.
What was on
too,
TV then? I Love Lucy was late 50s, right? Maybe that's what it was.
Ricky!
That's what attracted them. Lucille Ball's annoying
Ricky!
That's what it was.
And then when they ended the show, they left.
They were like, I can't believe they canceled I Love Lucy.
We're out of here.
This is terrible.
It's coincidence that it just correlated with the nuclear testing that was happening. I just saw a video. It was pretty interesting of this cloaked alien. Did you hear about this? A cloaked alien was caught in the home of this guy's house. It was a gray alien. It appeared in his house. The guy who filmed it was
on Sora. Did he film it on Sora?
It was not on Sora though. It wasn't a Sora video. It wasn't an AI video. But it was his name is Juanito Juan. Was the guy's name?
Oh my God. Is this the same guy that had the alien in the box that treated it so poorly
It is not.
and then threw it in the jungle?
Yeah, it's not that guy. That guy disappeared. That guy disappeared. I don't know what happened to that
Right.
guy.
His account is closed. Everything.
Yeah.
It's like account disabled or
Yeah.
whatever it
Yeah.
says.
The alien took him. But this guy, Juanito Juan, he says it just appeared, and he shows a video, and it actually is pretty cool looking, but there's two different angles of it that he got.
Right.
And then, the viewers were saying it looks like he's wearing a cloaking suit because he kind of just it appears, you could see through him, but you see the whole, body and all that stuff.
Shape and everything.
And this guy, he's been, but it turns out this guy, Juanito Juan, kind of been doing this for a while. He has orbs that visit his house, and he's got visitations, and he's got all this, weird anomaly stuff that happens around him and his house. So do you see the figure in his house?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. That is completely cloaked. That's weird, actually.
Yeah. It's very still. The thing's not moving.
Yeah, it doesn't move. So
Which is what
that
to
mean?
me makes it seem a little off. But
Yeah, because if he's cloaked, why wouldn't he move? That doesn't make sense. And then this guy's got images of these spheres and stuff that are outside of his house.
yeah,
There's one that looks like a UFO.
that's Juanito Juan, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, Juanito Juan.
Are you debunking him?
All I need is green screen. I could create the same thing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? I challenge you to do that.
Okay. I just got to buy a green screen. So let me talk to the producers about them giving me some money.
We got coupons.
No, dude, I got coupons for Circuit City. I'm going to go to Circuit City and buy that green screen.
I would love to see if we could recreate something like, maybe we should start doing things like that. See if we could recreate like videos that are submitted and
The Boogosphere?
Yeah, all of that. Yeah, we should try to recreate that stuff.
Okay, I promise you, I'm going to do a Boogosphere like video.
That'd be great.
Of me or someone that I know in the backyard watching the sphere float in the air.
Okay, and film it.
And I'm going to film it.
Yeah, I would
I'm
love
going to
that.
film it, and then we'll put it on Mostly True, and then the people could decide if it's a mostly true alien story or not.
All right. Before we try to explain what Brazil was hiding in 1996, hit that subscribe button. And Andrew, are you ready to get into this true report of an alien encounter, the Varginha Incident?
Varginha. Yes. Varginha.
Varginha.
It's almost like
Varginha.
vagina, but with an R.
Well, no, I looked up the pronunciation.
Varginha.
Varginha. Yeah. Right?
Varginha. Yeah.
So just
Did you do it on Google Pronounce? How do you say this, Google? And it was like Varginha.
Is that how they did it?
Varginha.
No, I watched a YouTube video of people that live there, and they did a whole like clip of it, like a whole cut, and they're so happy. They're so happy there. They were like Varginha, and everybody cut it, show the two girls, and they're like Varginha, and then they go show guys, and they're like Varginha, and everybody was saying it. So I did it with them, and now I.
So when you say it today during the story,
you have to say Varginha.
Yes.
You have to say it. You have to smile.
Do you know what you didn't see in the video? The guy behind them with a gun to their head.
Say it.
And be happy when you say it.
Brazil.
Great place.
Varginha. Yeah. Jesus God. All right. Here we go. It began on January 20th, 1996 in the quiet industrial city of Varginha, a place that is better known for coffee and cattle than extraterrestrials. But that afternoon, three young women, Lillian, Valkyria, and Katya, ages 14 to 22, were walking home when they spotted something unusual crouched beside a wall in an empty lot. They described it as short and humanoid, with brown, oily skin, a large head, a thin body, and huge red eyes that seemed to glow. They said it looked wet, like it had been in the rain, and that it emitted a faint buzzing or clicking sound. That's freaking freaky.
I'm so oily.
Yeah. Maybe more click, and some buzzing in there. Yeah. I feel like I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we got it. Now we got it. Okay, I would be terrified from that.
Let's slip and slide.
Oh my God. Terrified, they ran home to tell their mother, who she wanted to see what they were talking about. She returned with them to the site. and only to find that nothing was there but a faint smell of ammonia and a wet footprint on the ground. That evening, reports began flooding in. Residents were claiming to have seen military trucks and soldiers combing the area. Others reported a crash earlier that morning, a cigar-shaped object descending, trailing smoke, and witnessed by farmers just outside town. Within 24 hours, the city was swarming with police and military personnel.
Right.
And according to multiple civilian witnesses, soldiers captured one of the creatures alive near the outskirts of town, and they loaded it into a truck. Wow. Imagine seeing that, though. They put a sack over this guy, this poor creature. All right. So the next day, though, another strange being was reportedly captured near a wooded area called Varginha Incident. So it's interesting. There's all these creatures running around now. It seems like from this report. So then came the death that made the story impossible to shake. A death. A young military police officer, Marco Eli Cherise. He was allegedly involved in the capture. He died weeks later from a mysterious infection. The hospital records that were later leaked said his immune system collapsed after exposure to an unknown biological agent. Now, this is getting really serious. His family maintains he was contaminated by contact with this creature, whatever it was.
Right.
Now, local doctors who treated him were ordered to silence. The hospital was visited by military officials, and the paperwork, according to nurses, was seized. By then, though, the journalists had all descended on Varginha, and television crews interviewed witnesses, they recorded sightings, and they tracked truck convoys reportedly leaving the city under guard. This story just then exploded across Brazil, and the Brazilian army issued a formal denial, of course. They claimed that the creature was nothing more than a mentally disabled man who lived nearby and was mistaken for something alien. Wow.
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
People mistake me for a mentally challenged man
That lives nearby.
that lives nearby and hangs out in the park, crouched on the ground,
Yeah. I get
looking
it.
at things.
I get it.
Yeah.
I make a lot of calls to the police and tell them to
About
go to
me.
your house. Yeah. Mentally guy. And they're like, do you live nearby? I'm like, nope, I'm in New Jersey. I don't know where he is. Here's his address. All right. So now the fire department, accused of assisting the military, said they were responding to an animal capture call. Okay.
Yeah.
So now that everybody's saying all these things.
Yeah.
kind of.
Stories changed,
Yeah.
Stories changed. It
And of course,
happens.
right. But of course, not everyone was convinced. Researchers Ubirahara Rodriguez and Vittorio Paccaccini, two respected Brazilian ufologists, they began interviewing these witnesses. And they documented over 40 separate testimonies from civilians, police, and hospital workers, and all described strange creatures, sealed trucks, and government pressure to keep quiet.
Yeah. I got a question. How are they considered respective? Do they just give that claim to themselves? I mean, who gives them that claim? Like, you're a sexy ufologist. Would you consider yourself a respected sexy ufologist?
I think if I'm claiming myself as a ufologist, I'm going to claim that I'm a respectable ufologist.
Okay, I'm just
What do
wondering.
you want me to say? I'm a degenerate ufologist, but I got to ask you these questions.
But look, I'm really not qualified to even ask you these questions. Some people will call me respected.
I made this tag that says ufologist. Okay, I'm a degenerate.
I'm just asking because for all the research that I do for these things and all the things that you do, they're always listed as a respected ufologist, and I'm like, do they have is there a committee that votes them? That
Well, you
they're
know what?
most respected.
I want to see the list of the ufologists that
are
aren't
not
respected.
respected.
Yeah,
Right.
where's that group?
Stephen Greer.
Yeah,
No, he's respected.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you consider he's a respected
yes,
ufologist?
you would say he's respected.
Yeah.
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 One of the most famous. I would.
Yes, and infamous. Right.
Right.
Which is more than famous. He's
right.
infamous.
I don't know though. I don't know if the non-respected ufologists would actually,
come forward.
We'll go to these alien encounters and interview.
But
people.
if it was your first time, like you just got your ufology degree, you're so excited.
Oh, you're not respected. I can't talk to you.
Right. That's not going to happen. You'd be like, I'm a ufologist. Here's my degree. You're going to show
Well,
them your ID
it
that
also
says
falls into that whole it's something I've never seen before kind of
right,
thing.
right. But you know what? I bet your ID card has a blank on it that you can write in respected. It
Respected.
just says
Yeah.
ufologist and there's a blank before it.
Check the box. Respected or not respected.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead,
No,
please.
that's fine. All right. So here we are. So one nurse who talked to the respected ufologist,
Right.
identified only as Marta, claimed she saw a small, hairless body with an oversized head stored at the hospital before it was
What?
removed by military officials. She said the smell was overwhelming, like
Oh.
sulfur and ammonia.
Oh, I love that smell. Sort of rotten eggs.
It actually sounds like it was a
Delicious.
test that went bad on some dude, like some science project. But anyway, we'll get to that.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, I know. But over the next few weeks, news outlets around the world dubbed it the Roswell of Brazil. I mean, we could throw Roswell in front of anything, right? It had everything: a possible crash at multiple beams, military recovery,
Right.
a dead soldier, and official denial. Now, the official government investigation was closed by mid-1996, and they labeled the event a series of misunderstandings. So there's a lot of misunderstandings happening all across Brazil.
Always a misunderstanding.
Yeah. But decades later, the witnesses, they still haven't recanted. And in 2022, James Fox's documentary, Moment
Yeah.
of Contact, reignited the case.
Have you watched
Featuring-
that?
I
Have you
have.
seen it?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
it's good. I actually watched it. It's pretty good.
Is
It's
it?
pretty good. Yeah. Much better than, the one on that one that was on Netflix about Linda whatever her name was. Yeah,
Napolitano.
Napolitano, yeah.
Yeah. As you know, this Moment of Contact documentary featured new interviews with military insiders.
Yep.
And this was done in 2022, so just
Yeah.
recently, who claimed they saw creatures transported to a secret base near Campinas
Yeah.
for study.
Where?
Campinas.
Camp Penis?
Campinas.
I love summers at Camp Penis. Oh my God. The summers I spent at Camp Penis with Scoutmaster Bob and Father Kenny. Oh my gosh, those were the best summers of my life.
Mhm. I always got the bottom bunk. It was so much fun.
Always on the bottom bunk with 3 other guys on top. It's crazy
Campinas,
bunks they had
Campinas
there.
was my favorite memory ever.
Oh my God, it's bringing it back.
Uh-huh.
Ah,
One year,
Camp
they brought an
Penis.
alien there.
And I got to tell you, Roscoe was his name, and he was frisky. 3 fingers on his hand.
Camp Penis's camp counselor. All right. Well, to this day, no photos or physical evidence have ever surfaced, but the timeline, the witnesses, and military activity do remain confirmed by local records. All right. So for many in Brazil, the Varginha Incident isn't just folklore, it's a national mystery. And for the people who were there, something very real did happen that week, whether it came from space or just fell out of secrecy. All right, Andrew. So there it is. 3 eyewitnesses, a crash, alleged captures, a soldier's death, and a government that swears it was all a misunderstanding. Andrew, this one feels like, let's call it what it is, Brazil's Roswell. But is it just the perfect storm of coincidence, fear, and small town rumor? What did you
No.
find when you dug into the Varginha case? Let's weigh in and decide whether we think this is a mostly true alien story.
So here's something that's that I found digging up during my dig. I was really fascinated with this story. It really intrigued me, and the more I dug, the more evidence that I found of this being a could be real, first time UFO encounter.
Interesting. Okay, I can't wait to see what you found.
All right. So
That would
NORAD,
make you
a believer,
early on.
already saying yes, it is real. Yeah,
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we can end the show.
that's it. It's
Mhm.
real. It's done.
But you know what? I'm not going to buy into what you're saying right now until I hear it all. So let's go.
Okay. So let's look at this. This is interesting. You've heard of NORAD, right?
Of course. Yeah.
North American Aero Defense Command, right?
Mhm.
During that time in January, NORAD contacted the Brazilian Air Defense to warn them that an object had entered their atmosphere around 200 miles east of São Paulo, Brazil.
Wait, and that was on around the same date?
Yes. So this was January the 13th.
Okay.
So the girls said they saw the creature on the 20th of January.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. A week later
NORAD
after what you're
right.
reporting. Yeah.
Right. This is a week prior to that.
Okay.
They described it as unidentified. The defense command said about 10 minutes after the warning that an object crashed near the town of Varginha.
Huh.
Brazilian Army and Air Force, they scrambled to get there to the crash site before civilians could get there. That was their whole purpose, to get there before anybody else. But people saw the craft. The people saw this ship. Some people saw this ship. And when they got there, whoever was driving it was gone. So over the next few days, that'll
But did
give us
anybody get
week.
photos of that ship? I mean, we're talking 1990.
No.
Interesting.
So this is a little backstory. And what's scary is that as I started digging, I started reading, like you mentioned, one person that died, and there's actually more than that died from exposure to whatever this thing was, whatever the
Okay, but we
creature-
didn't. We're not there yet, right?
We're not there yet, but
we
I'm
didn't
just
get to
letting you
these
know
guys.
that
That's
some folks
interesting.
just didn't
Okay.
survive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that it was located in the southern state of Minas Gerais.
Okay.
Gerais.
Yes.
Okay. Population of that place is about 135,000 people.
Okay.
The economy is agricultural. So
Mhm.
farmers,
Lot of
coffee,
farm-
corn,
farmland.
soybeans.
Yep.
So there was a farmer and his wife, Eurico and Orlina de Freitas.
Okay.
Orlina woke up that night to hear the cows running around outside their house.
Okay.
And the cows, they said they sounded upset. She looked up in the sky out the window and she saw a cigar-shaped craft hovering above the pasture. So she wakes up.
Wait, what's the
Eurico.
date on that?
This is the 13th.
The
Or
13th.
14th.
So the thing hadn't crashed yet.
Thing hadn't crashed yet.
It's over her house.
It's over her
The
house.
cows are going nuts.
Cows are going nuts. Eurico said it looked like a cigar.
I love that name, Eurico. I love
Eurico.
it. Eureka.
Eureka! It's a cigar. No,
Eurico.
he said it looked like a submarine or some sort of size of a small bus. He said it had white smoke coming out of it and it looked like it was out of control. It hovered around for about an hour over their house. They didn't call anybody,
No pictures.
no photos, but these are farmers. Maybe they don't even own a camera. It's
That's
1996.
1996, though. Isn't that when cell phones were kind of out? Isn't that big thing time then? 96? Yeah, I think 96.
96. Yeah, I had
Or was
a,
that still pager era?
No. That's 96. I had a Sidekick.
You probably met a lot of ladies with that.
Oh, yeah. I could store a lot of numbers in it.
I'm going to text you.
I'm going to text you up, girl. Okay. So it flew there for about an hour and then it went over the ridge and went out of sight.
Okay.
They lost sight of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So they see a craft, smoke coming out of it, and then it just disappears.
Yeah. Size
On
of
the
a bus.
On the other side of the ridge, there was a guy driving in his truck by the name of Carlos de Souza.
All right, so you're kind of linking this together. So the thing goes off
Yep.
over the thing, and now over the hill.
There's a guy driving in
there's
his
a guy
truck.
driving a truck,
right?
and he picks it up
Carlos-
from there.
Carlos de Souza, he was driving his truck and he heard a weird rumbling sound. He thinks it's his truck that is rumbling.
Sure. Yeah.
And so he pulls
Wait,
off.
wait, this is at night.
This is at night.
Yeah.
It's at night.
Okay, so it's dark out.
Yeah, it's about 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
He said he was driving to the
real
airport.
early. Okay.
Yeah. He said he was driving to the airport. I guess it's a long way for him to get to São Paulo. Yeah,
Maybe.
because it's about 200 miles. So yeah, so he's going to the airport.
He's got a call. He's got about 3-hour drive, 2.5 hour
Right.
drive. Yeah.
Right. So he heard the weird rumbling. He thought it was his truck and stopped. Then he saw the cigar-shaped craft about 300 feet in the air,
Mm.
and it was making strange noises. He said it had windows, and it had a
What?
long crack running through the middle of it.
Huh.
He got back in his truck because the thing hovered and then it took off. He got back in his truck and he started following it. He said it flew up the mountain and disappeared.
So he's now going. He wants to see this thing more. He's not afraid. He's going after that thing.
Right. He's driving like a freaking maniac. He sees a
Crazy.
dirt road going up the mountain. He gets on that dirt road. And when he gets to this clearing, there is just crash debris everywhere.
Huh.
He said he thought it was a small plane. And he was a pilot, apparently. And he
Oh,
thought he could
okay.
help.
Mm.
Okay. And I'm like, well, how are you going to help them pilot? They crashed.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't you have already been in the ship to help
Yeah,
them
right.
fly?
Can't help him.
Can't
Well,
help 'em
maybe,
now.
he understands the whole crash situation. He's going to maybe save some people. That's a good dude. Good dude.
So he ran towards the crash.
Okay. But
And
he's
he
the only
said-
one on the scene.
Only one on the scene.
Yeah.
And he said he realized that it was not a plane.
Okay.
Whatever it was something he had never seen before. Then he said he smelled ammonia and sulfur. He said it smelled so bad he took off his shirt and covered his mouth to breathe.
It's a very interesting through line. Through line on this. Everybody's saying this. Okay,
Same
about
thing.
the smell.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So go ahead.
Right. He said it burned his eyes.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's interesting about this is because, usually you say, yeah, I saw a UFO, I saw an alien, I saw this. But when you link it to senses, when everybody's saying that they smelled something, that's an odd thing to enter into this whole story. So,
right. And if you start thinking that a lot of this stuff didn't come out until basically 20 years after the event.
Yeah.
And these are memories. So we know that memories are triggered by
ammonia.
smells.
You
by
smell.
Right.
You remember
smell
that smell.
Yeah. So I won't have a cat inside anymore. That cat piss smell
Because of the cat pee.
awful.
Cat pee.
Yeah.
A cat's out for you.
You did. That's right. I forgot about that.
It's the worst week of my life.
Right. The cat didn't forget either.
Well, I'll tell you what. I brought so many different people back to your apartment. That cat saw some horrible stuff while you were away.
Poor cat. He was never the same after that.
No. Okay.
He was never the same. Okay. So he said that he saw this large piece of what looked like metal, but when he picked it up, it was light. He said it was more like aluminum foil.
Oh, cool.
It wasn't hot to touch from the crash.
Right.
So he crumples it up and he drops it.
Why didn't he
But
take
the thing doesn't hit the ground at first. It opens itself back up to the shape and kind of floats
Holy
back
cow.
to the ground.
So did he see anybody in the wreck?
Didn't see anybody. That's what he was hoping to find somebody. He said minutes later, military trucks pulled up to where this crash site was. Soldiers got out with guns.
That quickly.
They pointed the guns at him.
That's interesting.
And they said, "Get out of here."
How did they not know? How did they know that he wasn't the guy in the ship?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? How would they assume? Yeah, but they're going to pull up right away and they immediately turn to this guy and tell him to get lost. But what if he was the alien?
Right. Maybe. But they told him to get out of there.
A lot of
So
interesting steps.
Okay.
Here.
So he left. So he got in his car and he drove. He
was scared, probably scared.
He drove to the closest town. He was freaking out. So he went and got himself a cup of coffee.
I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or a drink.
Yeah. In fact.
And a hooker.
In fact, this is making me want to take a drink out of my alien mug.
But he gets in the coffee shop, right? And two guys in dark suits appear in the coffee shop.
Wait a minute. That quickly?
That fast? Here comes
and why do they always wear the dark suits?
I don't know. But
why
he said
walk
two men
in like sweatshirt and a hoodie and be like a regular dude.
I'm just telling you what he says. Okay. He said that two men in dark suits approached him in the coffee shop and said, "We know your name. We know your wife's name. We know how many children you have. We know where you live. You are to tell no one about what you saw tonight or what you experienced.
That would make me want to tell everyone.
And forget you ever saw it.
That would make me want to tell everybody.
And if you don't, we'll kill you."
They did. They threatened his life.
They threatened his life. So he was freaking terrified, dude. And he stayed silent for over 20 years until he spoke in this movie, Moment of Contact.
Yeah.
James Fox got him to, not Jamie Foxx.
Right.
I was hoping it was Jamie Foxx.
Not Jamie Foxx.
That would have been kind of cool. But it's James Fox.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he opens up about it now because he feels like he's safe.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess he's like, I've lived this much longer. I'm going to tell people about.
How old was he, guy? How old is he? How old does he look?
I don't know. He looks like he's probably in his early 60s now.
Okay.
Late 50s, early 60s.
Okay.
That's what I would guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to the scene of the crash.
Yeah.
All right, because we're done with Carlos.
Okay. Carlos is not going to speak. He's not going to say a word.
He's terrified. He's done.
Right. Okay.
So back at the crash scene, the soldiers were looking for survivors, but there were no survivors at the crash site. Let's fast forward.
How'd that information get out about
this? This was revealed later from some military sources.
Okay.
So some of this stuff is coming from Moment of Contact. Because those are all eyewitness reports.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So about 8 a.m. that morning, a college student reported seeing a creature with oily dark brown skin crouched in an alleyway near the park.
This is separate than the three girls.
Separate than the three girls. It had small hands with 3 fingers, about 4 or 5 feet tall, no hair. no clothes, butt ass naked.
Those aliens.
They're just trying to have fun. I think it was a stripper party gone wrong on the ship, and that's what made them crash.
It was an alien bachelor party.
Okay, now a few blocks away from that incident.
I have a question. So the ship, in your assessment, from the explanation from the farmers and then from the truck driver
Right.
who saw it flying, was it big enough for more than one alien, or do you think it was just big enough for one alien?
I
Because
think
there was
like
multiple
3
reports.
inside.
There
There
were
were like
reports
3 inside.
3. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, I got it. But it's not
Okay.
like a giant bus, not a regular sized bus. You're talking
No, it's a
maybe
mini
that
school bus. It's a
mini
short
bus. Yeah.
It's a short bus.
Okay.
A few blocks away, this is when we bring in our 3 young ladies.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. I was like, why is the whole story based around the 3 ladies more than anybody else?
Because they actually, well, it's not, because I'm going to give you more details about other people.
Okay.
But they were the ones
usually
that, the reason why is because they came out and they were on TV and everything about this.
Okay.
That's why they
Okay.
were interviewed on TV, which I'll get to that later.
Okay.
So a few blocks away, the 3 girls, Katya, Liliana, and whatever the other girl's name is,
Mhm.
they were going to that same park where that college kid said that they saw it. Okay.
Yeah.
They said they saw a creature,
But
4 to
this
5
is
feet
during
tall.
the day,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. This is during the day. It's after 8
Like the
a.m. now.
next day.
Yeah. Yeah. The next day.
Yeah. Okay.
They saw it. They said it had a large head with 3 bumps,
Yeah.
red eyes, brown, oily skin.
Mm.
It was hairless, butt ass naked, no clothes.
Did it have genitalia? Did they say that?
They said it was huge. They thought it had 3 legs, is what they
No,
said.
but seriously, it was just 3 girls. 3 girls see it. They're gonna immediately gonna go. His penis was out,
Well, he was crouched. It was crouched, like in a little
hiding
position.
it,
You know what?
hiding his penis, his alien penis.
Yeah. We'll actually be able. I have photos I'm going to send you
Of the alien penis.
of the alien penis.
I don't want any photos of alien penises.
It's huge, dude. It's so freaking. I'm just like envious of this 4 foot tall thing with a freaking 4 foot long penis. I was
Oh
like,
my gosh,
wow.
penis was as big as he was tall.
Yeah, and that's how he got around. He hopped on it
Yeah,
through the town.
Mhm.
That's why it was so
So-
scary.
aliens.
Freaking aliens on the short bus.
All right, but they didn't remark about any
No, they didn't remark about
genitalia
it.
or nothing like that.
Okay.
Okay, so
When they got close to it, they said it made no sound. It just stared at them. They said they could feel its thoughts.
Hmm.
They sensed it was frightened and in
Oh,
pain
man, that sucks.
and needed help.
Yeah,
So what do you think they did?
they screamed and ran.
Yes.
Right? They either shot it or screamed and ran.
Right, because that's the only
That's
thing.
what everybody does.
Right. No one went over to it, right?
They didn't try
Um,
to help him.
No.
What would have you done? I would have helped him.
I would have probably gone over there and been like, dude, are you all right? Oh, God, you smell.
You smell like ammonia.
Oh,
Oh,
you smell like ammonia and sulfur.
and urine.
What have you been eating? Eggs?
And where's your penis?
Can I see your penis? How can you just be so smooth down there?
No, but
I
in
don't
all
understand.
seriousness, I think it depends on who I'm with. Like if I'm with my wife and she'll be screaming and running for the freaking hills.
Right.
So I'd have to go and protect her. But if it was just me, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
I'd go over and help.
Yeah, and they sensed that it was scared.
Yeah. If you get in that sense.
Yeah, that it's hurt. That's different.
But
Right.
it does sound like he's pretty scary looking.
No, it does. Yeah. I mean,
Sounds
he's
pretty
brown,
scary.
oily
So-
skin with red eyes and bumps all over him.
You'd have to be pretty brave or a sexy ufologist to want to go over to him and
Right.
you know,
Seductive.
see what you could do.
You'd be like, hey, are you okay? I love your skin. Can I touch it?
I'm thinking, you know what? I'm a little disappointed because humanity. I mean, why not help? Why not see if you could help the guy? First of all,
Right.
you're naked. That's one sign of a
Right.
problem.
Right.
There's the guy's in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, there's something's up. So
Yep.
even if you thought it was grotesque looking or there was an issue that scared you, you didn't recognize what you were looking at, unless you thought it was a rabid animal. But it doesn't sound like anybody's saying, well, I thought it was a rabid animal or a dog, you know, some weird
Right.
dog
Or a crazy chimp or
yeah,
something. Right.
like that. It looked like it was
That's
human
different. Right.
with
It looked kind of
normally. Yeah.
So they ran home.
But wait, you didn't answer my question.
What was that?
Would you help him?
Oh, yeah, I'd help him.
You would have
I'd
helped
help
him?
Yeah, I would have helped him. I would have been like, oh, you stink. Oh,
You would have taken him home? Or would you take him to the hospital?
I probably would have just kissed his forehead.
When you realized it's an alien, would have you taken it home, or would
No, I
have you
probably would have
taken it?
shit my pants.
You and your shitting pants. You shit your pants
No,
so easily.
no,
You
I
shit your
would have.
pants very easily over things.
I
You
just
really do.
did.
I mean,
I
it's
just
not even
did.
that scary, and you shit
I
your
wear a
pants.
diaper now, just in case it can happen. It can happen at
In
any
case I
moment.
scare you.
In case you-
Oh, he just shit himself. So no, but would you take it to a hospital or a police, or what would you do?
No, I probably if I was to find something like that, I probably would take it home. I wouldn't take it to a hospital. What would they do with it? They're not going to know any more than I do.
But if the reports are true, you would have died like 3 days later.
Then I would have died helping a helpless
An
alien.
alien. You would have
Wouldn't you
killed
be
your
better to die that way, knowing that you tried to help this thing, than to just call authorities and have them take it and probe it and test it and kill it?
Yeah, I'm maybe.
And maybe he can control his ammonia smell. Maybe his ammonia smell is a defense mechanism.
Yeah, maybe he just needed a shower, like a little
I mean,
food.
like think about like a skunk, right? A skunk sprays you as a defense mechanism. Maybe that's their defense mechanism. And if they realized that they weren't in danger, he could retract that smell.
Yeah.
And he'd
Yeah.
smell like Old Spice.
And I'm sure the reports of the military guys that died, I'm sure.
Well, they scared him.
Well, yeah, they definitely were probably pretty hostile and,
Yeah.
approaching this guy.
I mean,
Yeah, maybe it might be onto something. Okay.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
So you would go and save him
I would
at
help
the
him.
risk
Yeah, I would
of
help him.
your
At the
life.
risk of, why would I think I was going to die if I help him?
Well, you wouldn't think that. You wouldn't
I
know
wouldn't
that, but
think that.
that's the thing. It's like,
Right.
you want to help out, will I die? All right. So go ahead. I would help. I would do the same thing.
Okay. Good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Would you help me if I was on the side of the road?
No.
Naked.
Like that. You naked, hairy.
You probably
real
would
hairy. You're
take
so
me
hairy.
home.
I don't think I could. With skinless, I can deal with it. It was the hair, all that hair. There's nothing I could do. You're gonna die. You're dying.
You probably would roofie me or chloroform me, throw me in the back of your van that you sell puppies out of, take me back to your basement
Candy.
and keep me locked in the basement and tell your wife it's a stray dog that you found.
Yeah. Don't go down there.
Don't go down there. I found this gorilla that escaped from the zoo.
I got him chained to a pole down there just to make sure he's not rabid. We're gonna wait a few days and see.
And I'm going to give him my banana. I mean, I'm going to feed him some bananas.
Don't touch him. He's so hairy.
Whatever you do, don't touch him. It makes him
He's so-
angry.
we are gonna shave him. Eventually, we're gonna shave him. His entire body. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so they go home. They tell their mom what happens.
We're talking about the 3 girls that saw him
Yes,
now. Yeah.
right. The Chupa Chupa episode, we talked about these 3 girls as well.
Yeah.
And they described this thing as a demon. They never said the word alien.
No.
They described it as a demon. So their mom freaked out.
So this guy
And-
must have been scary looking.
Yeah. They get back. They all run back to the park, and there's nothing there. No human,
Right.
but a non-human footprint found in the mud
Mm-hmm.
with 3 long toes
Right.
and ammonia smell around the area.
Yeah. Wow. That guy
And the
must have
mother,
put
the
off
mother of
something.
Katya said that it stayed in her nose for several days after she could keep smelling the.
Did any of the
ammonia.
kids or any of the girls or the
The
mother
girls
get
never
sick?
described the ammonia smell.
They never said.
They never said it.
Really? I thought they did. I thought my end of the
In your
report-
thing, yes, but what I found, they never talked about the ammonia smell because they even talked about getting close to it.
Okay.
And that would have been something that they would have said, oh my God, this thing stunk. So maybe the creature
Yeah.
only emits that smell out of fear.
Right. The girls did not say. I'm looking at my report. The girls did not say. The
Yeah.
mother is the only one.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's what I mean. Maybe it is a defense mechanism.
Could have been. Or
So-
if it's dying, maybe it emits that too.
Right.
Some
Oh,
sort of glandular reaction.
God. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
dying. Let me release that ammonia and sulfur. Oh. Something like that?
Yeah.
You think that's what he was thinking?
You know,
Oh,
I had to get that out. Oh, no, God, that feels good.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so a few hours later, I'm going to guess it's probably 10 a.m. So this is when military police, Eric Lopez and Marco Chiriz, were patrolling. And that's when they saw this small creature run across the freaking street in front of their car.
This is all on the same day-ish kind of thing.
Same day. It was
Yeah.
several hours later.
Mhm.
few
In
hours
the same
later.
area. We're talking
Same area near the park, right? Near the park.
Mhm.
They said it was dark-skinned, no hair, butt
Mhm.
ass naked.
Mhm. So everybody's seeing this thing.
Yep.
Mhm.
So Marco got out of the car, chased after it, and tackled it.
Oh.
He grabs it. They put it back in their police car, and they take it to the hospital.
I wonder if they handcuffed it.
I don't know. They didn't say they cuffed it. He just said they grabbed it and threw it in the back of the car or maybe they threw it in the car. They didn't say if it was in the back seat or if they threw it in the trunk. They didn't say. They took it to the hospital, and the
Poor
creature
guy.
died at the hospital. Now, a few hours after that, Marco said he felt ill.
Hmm.
He said his skin felt greasy, and he started smelling ammonia. And over 2 weeks, he got sicker and sicker.
Oh,
He went to
boy.
the hospital, and he was so sick they put him in ICU.
Oh my God.
The doctors were puzzled, and later
D-
he died of unknown causes. The dude was only 23 years old.
They tested his blood and everything. They didn't find like
Now, this is where it gets weird. No
Mm.
autopsy,
oh.
closed casket. They buried him immediately. They said they did this to protect public health.
Hmm.
But you mentioned a blood test.
To protect public health, they have to do an autopsy to make sure this isn't going to spread.
They didn't autopsy him.
But by doing something like that is saying to me
Right.
they knew what this was.
Right. 8% of his blood was unknown toxic substances.
Oh, interesting.
Later on that day, the fire department got a call about a wild animal. You mentioned that earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
It had gone down an embankment near a large wooded area.
So there's another guy. So this is after they've already picked one up. Now they're getting another call for something.
Another
else.
call about
Okay.
another creature,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It took them 2 hours to catch this thing. Everyone who saw it said it stunk. It smelled. The firemen used one of those snare things, you know, those
Yeah,
poles
to put
that
around
they
the
used to
neck, yeah.
grab a dog, you know,
Yeah.
or whatever. That's what they grabbed it. As soon as they snared it and got it back up the hill, military trucks from the local base showed up. They threw a bag, a black bag, like a body bag, over this thing,
Mm-hmm.
took it, and they closed the area immediately. So soldiers are there with their guns.
Yeah.
They took it, they threw it in the back of the military truck. They drove off, and they went to the regional hospital. They closed off a section of the hospital. The military shows up with the black bags. They took it down.
I wonder why they go to the hospital.
I'm going to get there. They wanted to x-ray what was in the bag. Nobody wanted to open up the bag. Whatever was in the bag was apparently very scary, but they wanted to x-ray it. So in the exam room, it was full of doctors, police, military personnel. No one saw the x-rays because the military confiscated the x-ray film immediately. They told everybody there to stay quiet. This is national security. Everybody be quiet.
Yeah.
But the ammonia smell that was in that section of the hospital stayed there for almost 2 weeks.
Wow.
And the fireman that
Yeah.
snared it,
Yeah.
he died.
Huh.
Same thing. Unknown toxic poisoning.
They bury him quick too.
They made the doctors and the nurses that were there sign NDAs and threatened them with prison if they told anybody what they had seen.
The military's doing this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now let's fast forward 25 years later.
Yeah.
Okay. We're now 2021.
Yeah.
A soldier came forward with his story, and it's in this Moment of Contact documentary.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't give his name because he's still afraid, so they called him Military X to protect him.
Yeah. Well.
He said he was in the truck, and he said there was the alien in there, in this bag, 4 or 5 feet tall, brown, dark,
It was still
red
alive
skin.
in the bag.
It looked oily, right?
But it was still alive in
No,
the
it was
bag.
dead. It was dead.
But they had to capture it in the park or wherever.
This was the fireman one. The fireman one that they snared died before they even got it to the hospital.
All right, but it was alive when they captured it.
Well, yeah, kind of. It was almost on its
Okay.
way out.
But this Subject X guy,
Military X, yep,
Military X, he
said that it was 4 to 5 feet tall. It had dark red or brown skin. It was oily. He saw the foot sticking out of the bag and the head, but the toes had three toes.
Okay. Everything
arrived-
everybody else was saying.
Right. He arrives at the base. They asked him what they saw. He said it looked like a burnt man. That's how he described it to his commander, his
Huh.
commanding officer.
Okay.
And the commanding officer said, no, it's not a burnt man. It's something supernatural. And if you tell anyone, we'll kill you. They love saying that.
Yeah.
If you tell anyone, we'll
Gonna
kill you.
kill you. Who's gonna believe me? If you really think about it, I'm okay. You know what? You just told me not to tell anybody because you're gonna kill me. That makes me go. I'm gonna start telling people because I
Yeah.
don't believe, one, you're gonna kill me, and two, who's gonna believe me?
Right. I guess
But
they'll
I-
believe me when I'm
I want
dead.
to tell people.
Right. So he said what was crazy was that The next day, he's at the military base, Military X, this officer is, and he said more soldiers arrived and things were they felt really, really tense.
They're ramping up.
He
Something was
put on
going on.
He was put on a small bus. No, he was put on a truck, and he traveled to the SpaceX Army base at Camp Penis.
This is military X guy.
Campinas.
He went to
Not
Camp
Camp
Penis.
Penis. He went to Camp Penis.
Campinas.
Right. But he said he didn't know what happened to the alien.
They don't know. Nobody knows what happened to the two aliens because it was two aliens.
To the bodies, right. He doesn't know what happened. But there is a guy that says he thinks he knows what happened. His name is Jose Manuel Fernandez, and he was an air traffic controller at that time at the base.
Okay.
He said 2 helicopters flew to Varginhas.
Yeah.
And they said they were going out on some sort of rescue mission.
Okay.
So they flew back to the base. He said then a plane showed up that was unauthorized to land at the base. A weird plane shows up.
Unauthorized to land, but it
unauthorized to land, and he was told to give them authorization to land.
Okay.
Out of the helicopter, they pull 2 black bags. Body bags is what they are. And they load them onto the plane, and the plane took off.
Well, he doesn't know where it went.
He doesn't know where it went, but you know what was on the side of the plane?
What?
USAF.
The Air Force took him.
United States Air Force. So military witness said the U.S. took over the operation for 3 months after this whole thing went down. They took over everything. Fast forward to 3 months later, right, at Katya's house. Her mom said that 4 men in suits came to speak with her. She said they forced their way into the house. One guy had a clipboard.
Yeah.
And one guy had a briefcase. They told her, you can have all the money in this briefcase.
I'll take it.
It's tens of
All right,
thousands.
yeah, where do I sign?
dollars.
You don't need to explain it anymore. How much? I don't care. Just give me. I'll take it.
But the girls have to say they made up the story, and you have to leave the country and never speak of it again.
Oh, you got to leave the country? You have to leave the country.
Yeah, you have to leave the country.
Probably because everyone was interviewing them or coming to see them and all this stuff. But it's probably too late by then.
She said, no.
She said no.
I'm not going to have these girls lie for you. So she called the police, and while she was calling the police, the 4 men in black left.
Interesting. I would have negotiated a little bit more on that one. Well,
I
don't
felt like
know.
it was deal or no deal, right? Do you want what's in the briefcase? Or Monty
Yeah,
Hall?
I would have been
Monty
like,
Hall was
listen,
there.
I don't want to guess what's in the briefcase. How much is it? No, that's not enough. Nope.
No,
I'm going to
I
need
need more.
more.
Bring me another briefcase.
Yeah,
Bring
I
me
want
2
3 briefcases.
full of money, and I'll leave.
Yeah.
And I won't say anything. So,
and you got a deal.
another family.
Okay.
Now, this is apparently an upstanding family. Of course, all their identities are hidden, but they came forward and they said that they saw a craft in the sky. They said it seemed like it was looking for something. This took place after the first crash.
Oh.
They saw another craft in the sky.
And it was looking for something.
It felt like it was looking for something.
Was it the same sort of craft?
Same sort of cigar shaped. Yep. Small school bus size. And they told this documentary series that soon after that, men in suits visited them as well. And they threatened them.
No briefcase.
No briefcase.
They're going to just threaten them.
Just threaten them. Don't say anything to anybody or we'll kill you.
You know what could be a scenario is that the second ship that was seen which is being flown, we're assuming by aliens of the same kind, were actually, let's just say, law enforcement aliens of sorts or some sort of from there. And they're actually going out, they're chasing these other aliens that were going to go and do something either nefarious or go and reveal themselves to, they maybe they were interdimensional. They pop through. This is like a fringe event. And they come, and they crashed because they're trying to get away from these guys who they lost them, but then the ship fails, they crash. And then, all this shit goes down with them. And then the other guys, aliens that are looking for them, come into town.
Right.
And they're trying to find, they don't know yet that they're dead or gone.
So they stole, maybe it was teenage aliens that stole their dad's ship.
They borrowed it.
And the dad called the cops on them.
Could be.
And they chased him down.
Or could be something bigger than that. But it could be an interesting scenario, because why would other aliens now come looking for them? And what were they all doing together? my assumption would be either they were flying together to come to
Right.
Earth,
Right.
and they got separated, crashed, and that happened, and then those guys were looking for them, or they were being chased by these other
Right.
aliens.
Right. But what's so interesting is that, they call this the Brazilian Roswell, right? And we
Mhm.
know Roswell, we know the military, whatever
Yeah.
happened there's always a military cover up.
Yeah.
Right. No matter what happened, it was a military cover up.
Sure.
So here's something interesting that I saw in the film that this really kind of freaked me out a little bit. Eric Lopez, right?
Mhm.
Who was the friend of Marcos, the other
Yeah,
soldier,
the soldier
right?
that died.
He's just kind of like faded away. And they found him. James Fox found him and went to his house asking him for an interview.
Mhm.
And this guy went freaking ballistic, screaming at them, telling them he knows nothing, telling them to get off his property, telling them that if they don't get off his property, he's going to shoot them. And he produces a gun and points it out the window at these guys
This is in the documentary?
in the documentary.
But maybe the guys just had it. Maybe he's just like, nothing really, I mean, otherwise maybe he would yell that. Nothing happened. There was nothing there, but why?
Right.
He's freaking out so much. Maybe he's so scared that, if
No, I got you. Yeah. He doesn't want to talk about it.
doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, that just seems it makes it more real.
Yeah.
It makes it more real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or he's just really sad about what his life has become and doesn't want anybody to know.
Possibly. All right. Are you ready to weigh in?
I'm ready to kind of weigh in. Yeah. Not really yet. I'm still kind of on the fence.
All right. But
there are things to remember. Okay. So there's
right,
no
okay.
physical evidence of what actually happened.
Okay.
Right. We only have witness testimonies, and the testimonies have become less consistent over the years.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
Changed a little bit. They've changed.
We can say
over the years.
we could do what we always say, no reason to lie. Nobody made money off of this, right? Off of this.
Right.
But that's not true,
Oh, okay.
because the girls wanted $200 to speak to the Wall Street Journal. There were no other witnesses.
Wait, they wanted $200 back in the day. 96,
back in the day, 96,
to
$200
speak to the Wall
each
Street Journal.
to speak to the Wall Street
But they
Journal.
wouldn't take the briefcase full of money.
If they speak to think about it. If they speak to the Wall Street Journal, right, they're telling the truth. If they take the briefcase, they have to lie. That's a good way to look at it.
Okay.
Because the mother said she
say
would
that.
not have them lie. She said,
But-
absolutely not.
But I'll take money from people who want to pay me to hear our
Right.
story.
Right.
I don't
Okay.
know. Okay, that's weird. Okay.
So there's no other witnesses that came forward until the girls appeared on Brazilian TV show. Then the new witnesses that did come forward of what happened that night described the aliens to a T, exactly as the girls had described them. But what the crazy thing is that the girls never mentioned the word alien.
Right. They never said
They only
alien.
called it a demon. Then
Okay.
they later retracted it and called it a creature.
But
UFO
never said alien.
was never said. Now, at this same time, they describe it as a creepy looking thing, right? At this same time, guess what was going crazy in Brazil on the news? The chupacabra. And it's 4 to 5 feet tall,
Mhm.
brown, oily skin, eating the hearts of virgins or whatever it does, right? Sucking the blood out
That
of
would be on
people,
the
right?
minds of everybody in the area.
Right. And it wasn't until a well-known ufologist, one of the
Mhm.
two guys that you mentioned,
Yeah.
suggested that it was an alien. And that's
That
when everybody started talking about
Saying
it was
alien.
an alien.
Okay.
It was an alien.
Okay.
But the locals said that they saw Mudinho, right? Little Mute.
Mhm.
His real name is Luis Antonio de Paula. He lived in the area. A major storm happened that night, and he was probably covered in mud.
Oh,
and
so that's the story
I'm going to
that
send
popped
you.
up
I'm
in
going to
the-
send you a picture of the dude sitting on the ground, because apparently he would just sit on the ground and look at the ground all day long.
Okay. Did he have a
Okay.
large head? And
No, he was just a little guy,
yeah.
that was not well mentally.
Okay.
They said the first report, the girls said they had never heard of this guy. They'd never seen him before,
Mhm.
right? Then they retracted that and said, oh yeah, we know him. We know him. We know the guy. Yeah, but that wasn't him. What we saw was an alien.
Oh, okay. So
So
first
which
they said
the-
they
which-
didn't know him. Then they said
Right.
they did know him, but then they said it wasn't him.
Right. So
Right.
which version is true? Which one is right and which
Mhm.
one's wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you talked about the briefcase full of money. So first Katya's mother spoke of the men.
Mm-hmm.
She implied that there would be money, that they kind of promised her money. But later she said it was a deal or no deal cash briefcase.
Hmm.
The first couple that I mentioned,
Farmers?
the farmers,
Yeah.
the farmers. Their story happened basically a week earlier, and
Eureka?
Eureka, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fine because
Wait,
when you're
their story
dealing with
what?
memories, right? This is 25 years later.
That's
They
when
coulda
they
said-
told their story was
Yeah.
25 years later. Wasn't
Yeah.
at the time.
Wasn't at the time, and they
Yeah.
said it was, they think it was around January 13th, and the girls said it was January the 20th. So they couldn't remember when
Sure.
it happened.
Right.
Whether it was the 13th or the 20th, it doesn't matter. It was still
Right.
the same month of the same year. Now, Marco the soldier
Yeah, that
who
died.
died, he had a cyst on his arm that was infected for a very long time before he did anything.
Even before this incident.
Even before this. So
Okay.
they tried to say that he was the, health model of health, but he wasn't.
Mhm.
He was sick. He probably had some sort of blood poisoning from the cyst
Okay.
on his arm that was severely infected. And then, he died at the hospital. The only person that puts him at the scene
Mhm.
of the hospital is his sister. When they went to talk to Eric didn't say, yeah, I was there.
So why would he lie about that? Did the family try to sue the government or something?
It was the sister that brought in that whole part of the story. There was
Yeah.
no military record. The
Right.
military record of Marco says he was off that night. Is that true or not? We don't know.
But that's
We
what
don't
I'm
really
saying.
know
Is
what's true. Right.
Is she bringing it up in that regards
Yeah.
so she could say, I could sue you guys because you put him in danger or something along those lines?
Right.
Okay.
So all the military trucks and everything that was happening that night,
Mhm.
the military came out and said that it was a drill. It was a
Well,
military
yeah, I mean,
drill
that's
because that base that's all they do there are special drills, just to
right.
let you know.
Right. But if they're hiding something, that would be the first thing I would say. As a military base. We know that. They'd say, oh yeah, it was a military drill. So that one I don't care about.
Remember that the hospital, the section was closed off,
Yeah.
right? They said it was closed off.
Mhm.
Well, we found out that it was closed off because the hospital was building a cardio wing in that area.
Well, so under construction.
It's under construction.
Okay.
They were waiting for all the new cardio equipment to arrive.
All right, but that
Yes.
would be a great place to put an alien. It is
Yes, of course
separate
it
from
would
everything.
be.
There's no one over
Right. Right. And guess what? The equipment was delivered in black boxes
there. Okay.
by guess who?
The government.
The military.
Yeah.
So the
Military.
military is to this regional hospital. It's not a military hospital, but it's a regional hospital. But they're bringing in this cardio equipment for
But
that.
what are you saying? What does that mean? What are you telling me?
I'm just saying that why is the military at a civilian hospital bringing in their
Oh,
equipment?
okay. Okay. I see. I didn't know what you were saying.
That makes
Okay.
no sense to me.
That's questionable. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
good.
I mean, there's a hospital here, and I see
Mhm.
them get trucks that drive up bringing new equipment. They're not military
Not
trucks.
military. Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, here's where it gets funny.
hmm
That night, apparently at the hospital, there was a dwarf couple that was having a baby that night. How sweet is that?
Little people.
Little people.
Right.
And the lady was in labor when they were bringing it up, and a soldier actually helped her into the hospital.
Okay.
Okay, so they're like small alien people. They were actually freaking dwarves, right? So here's where
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
we-
You're we gotta go back. You're not gonna go past that quickly. So hold on. Whoa! Stop the
look,
show.
some of my best military friends actually help dwarves. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
They're known for
So-
that.
So
Dropping
somebody.
cardio equipment and helping dwarves.
So
I mean, if you look up Brazilian military, that's what you're going to see. What are they known for? Top things:
helping
dropping cardio
dwarves.
equipment and helping dwarves give birth to their babies.
All right. Wait a minute.
Like,
Wait a minute. This is
where
what
did
this.
that come from?
So somebody's saying, look, it wasn't aliens. It was just a dwarf couple. They happened to be coming into the hospital. She was giving birth, and the soldier was helping the dwarf lady into the hospital as she's giving birth.
That's pretty far fetched.
And that's what they're saying that was.
Right.
Okay. They went as far as to say there was a dwarf couple there that night. Was that confirmed?
No, that's just
Okay.
what they said. Right. This is
Okay.
what one witness said.
The military is here to help the dwarf couple give birth
Yes.
to their baby.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's pretty cool. Okay.
I'm going to weigh in now.
Yeah. Let's get to it. Andrew, is this a mostly true alien story based on everything we just heard and all that with great information, by the way, good stuff. Way to fill this all in. Is this in your opinion, a mostly true alien story or not?
Yes.
What? Wait,
Yeah.
you're saying that this is aliens that crashed, landed, killed these guys because of whatever ammonia smell they're putting out.
Yeah.
That the girls did see an alien, that
Yeah.
the farmers saw the alien ship fly over, the trucker saw the alien ship crash. All of it's and the army's trying to cover it up.
And I'm going to tell
Military.
you what convinced me. The guy that in the truck that saw the crash site, Carlos,
Yeah.
he's in this documentary.
Okay.
And this is 25 years later. He is riddled with emotion. He is sobbing. He is so
Sobbing.
like crying.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
and if this guy is lying, dude,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because all we have in this, we have no physical evidence. We have no photographs other than the photograph of the guy that is the little Muto, whatever his name is, right in the town, the homeless guy that
Mm-hmm.
rolls around in mud and
Mm-hmm.
shits his pants or whatever he does in the town. That's the only thing that we have to go on is witnesses. Do I believe the girls? No, I don't believe the girls. I don't believe that. I don't know if people saw aliens or not. But what this guy witnessed at the crash site was something that is not of this world
Okay.
or of this world, and we've made it. So it's alien, at least alien in nature. So yes, I'm going to call it a mostly true alien story.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I didn't see that coming, but I didn't know which way you were going to go. But I didn't see you leaning into
This
that.
guy is like, he is so emotional. He's like, here, and he's speaking in Portuguese, and he's like,
Mhm.
here's where it happened. He
Yeah.
goes, I can still see the crash. I can
Mhm.
still see everything. I can still smell it.
Yeah.
And he was
Yeah.
riddled with emotion.
There's one thing I am going to call it out again on you one more time. You believe stories when you are able to see the video and hear people talk about it more
Yeah.
than you do if it was just a story without any of that.
Yeah, that helps so
testimony on
much
video.
because
Yeah.
all we have is witness account. And I mean, how many stories have we done so far that we have witness account? And I'm like, that's bullshit, right? That's all that.
Yeah, right.
But to
right.
see this guy and to hear this guy talk about it, dude, it brought emotion in me how he was overwhelmed by
Did
it.
you cry? Did you have to?
I didn't cry.
You almost did?
I
Did you
almost
well up?
should've
Did you
shared.
well up a little? You
No, I
turn
didn't
away
well up.
from your
I was
wife?
just like, this guy is, and I kept rewinding it and watching it just to see
Wow.
like, is he like faking this shit? Is he lying?
Huh.
No, the guy's not lying.
Okay, so he's the one that convinced
Everybody
you.
else,
But this is the
everybody
truck
else in the
driver.
video.
This is the
This
truck
is the
driver.
truck driver.
So
Yeah,
this is
that
the
was-
guy that convinced you, but he never saw the alien. He just saw the ship.
That's why I'm saying I don't believe the girls. I don't believe they were aliens. I think a ship crashed, and I think the military was able to find whatever was in it. Whatever.
Why would the guy
human or-
cry over seeing a ship that crashed?
I don't know.
I think you got
Because
hoodwinked.
remember, he said that when he got up to the he thought it was a small plane, possibly it
Yeah.
crashed. And
Yeah.
then when he got there, he realized this was no plane. This
Right.
was some side of other
Sure.
craft.
Sure.
And there's nobody here I can help.
I would have gathered up all kinds of broken materials from that crash site.
He
Taken
couldn't,
sort of my
though.
truck.
Because remember, the military
They showed up right away,
showed up
which was
right
another
away.
interesting thing. Okay.
Right.
All right. So you say it is a mostly true alien story. Now it's my turn to weigh in. This case does check every UFO box, alien encounter box for me. You got the witnesses, you got the government denial, you have the mystery illness, but you have the one missing piece of all of this. And that's, of course, you can never prove it, but this isn't ancient history. It happened in 1996. So these people are still alive. You were able to witness and see the videos in the documentary, which
Yep.
I think affected you more. You're able to see that. I did not see the documentary. So I'm basing this off of the information that you shared, that I read in the report. And in my opinion, the girls, you discredited the girls from me. When money came into the conversation for me, I think they did see something in town. And I don't know that they knew what they saw, and I think they were caught up in the chupacabra whole, mythology behind that and the sensationalism that was happening at that time over that story, and then the other alien stuff that was going on in the area. So they got caught up in a mom got greedy, wanted money. She wanted this suitcase filled with cash, but she probably wanted. I don't know if that story's even true now that they're accepting money to tell the story. I think something was seen. I think there was definitely an incident with something that looked odd and weird. The thing that crashed is the only thing that's throwing me off, and the farmers saying that they saw something hovering and crashing, and then the military getting involved. Do you believe that the military was telling people not to say anything? Do you believe
I
the
don't know.
military showed up where, let's go to the farmer, the guy that you do believe, or the trucker?
Yeah, I think they did, because remember when I said that NORAD, that they scrambled military immediately.
Yeah.
After they got the call from NORAD, after NORAD said it crashed 200 miles east of Sao Paulo, which was Virginia.
Yeah.
Virginia.
All right.
So yeah, the military was on the way there, because several hours passed before the thing actually went down that people saw it.
So
Right.
if based on that, then the military was tracking something. They knew something was up. It feels like to me.
But remember, it wasn't Brazilian military. It was us. It was NORAD.
Yeah,
NORAD reported
but
to
who
Brazilian
showed up
defense,
at the site?
and Brazilian military showed up at the site.
So whoever was tracking it in real time. Like they saw, they knew it was happening. This thing was happening. It was traveling and it crashed. That thing crashed. It wasn't confirmed that anything aliens came from it, in my opinion. I think here's what I feel like happened. I do feel like this entire thing was a fringe event. There was some sort of technology that they were tracking,
right.
that may have escaped or got away or got out. I don't know that I feel like it's aliens, though. I kind of feel like it's more of a science experiment or a something that went wrong, and these people were damaged by it. And what we were seeing as a result of that, or these people were trying to escape or get away or do something. It may have actually even been someone in the Air Force or military that were normal soldiers that got caught up in some test of technology
Right. Yeah, no.
that
I hear you.
infected them, and they turned into looking like they were looking. But for me, I don't think this is a mostly true alien story. I think this is a
Wow.
military event that went wrong. I think some witnesses saw some things. I think the girls were lying, or they saw something in town that was.
I think they
freaked
saw
them
the
out.
guy.
Yeah,
I think
freaked
they
them
saw
out.
the guy. I mean, look, the fact that Carlos picked up a piece of this ship, which we heard at Roswell too, right? It's
Mhm.
like a piece of aluminum foil that
Mhm.
you could crumple it and then it would go
So-
back
so-
into shape.
Right. There's no denying that, and that's what I'm saying is I think this was military technology they were testing. It went wrong. These guys got imaged.
Well, remember, I said that this is a
damaged-
mostly true alien story because the ship is alien in nature, meaning
Yeah.
that it's like something we've never seen before.
Okay, well then,
But I'm not saying there were aliens on the ship.
all right. Okay, all right. I'm I'm
So-
I'm I'm a ufologist. I'm a sexy ufologist. I'm just saying what I'm hearing from you, and all of this stuff. So, all right. So that is the Varginha UFO incident. They refer to it as a Brazil's Roswell, which is, I guess I kind of agree with that. It was a city shaken, soldiers silenced, and an official story that somehow answers nothing. Andrew says it is a mostly true alien story. I didn't see that coming. I say it is not a mostly true alien
Yeah, but you
story.
believed in Roswell. So if you're going to call it the Brazilian Roswell, I didn't even believe in Roswell. I said
I'm
the
not
Roswell.
calling it that. That's what they are calling it. People are calling it
Right.
from
But don't say it.
Virginia.
Don't call it.
Virginia.
Don't call it that.
All right, I'm gonna not call it the Brazil's Brazil's Roswell. It's not. It's not.
They
that.
wish.
Yeah, that's right. They wish it was. All right. So drop your thoughts in a comment, hit subscribe, and share this one with someone who swears they'd stay calm if an alien blinked at them from a ditch. I like that one. Andrew, thank you for another deep dive. Great job out of you.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
We'll see you guys on the next episode. Until then, be kind to the aliens when they get here. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
UFO sightings. Many Americans have wondered about our dangers of unknown objects.